Anime live-action adaptations don't have a good track record. Over the years, it's been attempted with Dragon Ball, COWBOY BEBOP, Ghost in the Shell, and Death Note among many others. Where a lot of these adaptations fail is when the people behind them seem to not grasp what made the source material work to begin with. No matter your budget, how long the production is, if you don't understand the appeal of the series in the first place, then you're almost always doomed to fail. Here's where Yu Yu Hakusho comes in. In December 2020, a live-action series for Yu Yu Hakusho was announced, and well, all 12 fans of the show were upset, including myself. I love the series a lot, and I'm always open to seeing more content created for it, even if it isn't ideally what I wanted. So here we are in 2023, the series is meant to release in December, and yet we haven't received any further information about it except for the casting of the main four. Here's the promo image. These look okay for the most part until you get to Kuwabara. Kuwabara is meant to be a rough street punk that constantly gets into fights, and he looks that way in both the anime and manga. The actor looks like he just walked off from a Maybelline commercial. All the negativity aside, I do want the series to be good. If the live action is executed well, then that could potentially mean more eyes put on the franchise as a whole. I sat down and wrote some ways the series could not only work well in live action, but also end up being a faithful adaptation to both please the fans and give newcomers a good idea what the series has to offer. The first thing is a small one, but it would go pretty far, and that's having Small Bomb as the opening. Small Bomb is a certified hood classic, and you won't meet an anime fan that doesn't like the theme. Not including this in any capacity would be such a big missed opportunity. It's almost impossible to think of Yu Yu Hakusho without this song. I don't care if they use a cover, a shorter version, a new version, whatever, just have this song included in some way. Secondly, have the series take place in the 90s. Sure, technically the show has never given a set time period within continuity, but come on, it was written in the early 90s, we see VHS tapes, the haircuts, outfits, and the overall aesthetic all fit the era. Plus, they can get some mileage out of the 90s nostalgia people have, and perhaps even have it somehow reflected in the soundtrack. Ideas? Thirdly, this one's gonna be a bit of a controversial take, but there shouldn't really be a strong focus on action, at least not in the first season. Yu Yu Hakusho might be a shonen series, and the most popular arc is a tournament full of fighting, but remember, the first handful of episodes and majority of the first two manga volumes aren't action-centric in the slightest. The appeal of Yu Yu Hakusho, especially early on, were the characters and their interactions. Yeah, most of the cases Yusuke solved ended up with a fight, but the action only existed to drive the characters forward and help in their development. We cared about the outcome of these fights later on in the series because ample time was spent on fleshing out the characters and their main group. I just really hope that's something the showrunners keep in mind. At the moment, we have no idea on how many episodes they plan on making, so let's say they make 10 episodes for the first season, assuming they can even get more than one season. If we use a similar structure to the anime, then episode 1 is going to have our introduction to Yusuke, Keiko, and Kuwabara. Yusuke saves the kid and gets packed up by the car. And then the following episodes can be about Yusuke regaining his life, becoming Koenma Spirit Detective, and maybe some side plots with Kuwabara. I doubt they'll tackle any of the manga-only stuff, but who knows, maybe they will. We see Yusuke take on his first case for the 3 artifacts, have his fight with Goki, meet Kurama, and the season can end after his struggle with Hiei. Then maybe we can get a tease of Genkai and some other elements for the next arc, and boom, the season ends. It's a pretty rough outline, but I think it gets the point across. So yeah, I'm trying to be optimistic about this because I do care a lot about the series, and I think instead of sitting on camera to complain about how it won't work, it's more productive and fun to think of ways it could. In the comment section, tell me how you guys feel about Yu Yu Hakusho having a live action. Are you hyped, disappointed? How do you feel like it can work or not work? I'll more than likely make another video when it finally releases, but until then, I'll see you guys later.